The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. Let's see if I, something I don't even think I had, give me one. I guess I messed up. I didn't get the stuff in our folder for this morning's to, it's pretty bad when Josh has to cover for me all the time. So let's take a look, and I'm going to see if I can get this into the folder. The real estate market is the strongest we've seen. There it is. Strongest of our lifetime. When you look at the numbers today, the one thing that stands out is the strength of this housing market. We can see this one of the most foundationally strong housing markets of our lifetime, if not the strongest housing market. Here are two fundamentals that prove this point. Number one, the current mortgage rate on existing mortgages. First, let's look at the current mortgage rate. We've been talking about that all morning on existing mortgages. According to the Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA, as of the fourth quarter of last year, over 80% of existing mortgages have a rate below 5%. That's significant. To take that one step further, over 50% of the mortgages have a rate below 4%. Ooh. It's amazing, some of these numbers. And you can see that again on the chart that Josh has on the screen. Again, if you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv. Hey, if you're not watching us as we record live at 9 o'clock in the morning, and if you have questions, you can put them in there as well in the morning. But we do play the broadcasts on radio later in the afternoon. So you may have to look back if you want to see some of the charts. Current rate on existing mortgages, and you can see all those numbers right there. But as I mentioned, 50% of the mortgages have a rate below 4%. Now, there's a lot of talk in the media about a potential foreclosure crisis or a rise of homeowners defaulting on their loans, but consider this. Homeowners with such good mortgage rates are going to work as hard as they can to keep that mortgage and stay in their homes. That's because they can't go out and buy another house or even rent an apartment and pay what they do today. Their current mortgage payment is more affordable, even if they downsize. With today's higher mortgage rates, it could cost more. Here's why this gives the housing market such a solid foundation today. Having so many homeowners with such low mortgage rates helps us avoid a crisis with a flood of foreclosures coming to market like there was back in 2008. Number two, the amount of homeowner equity. Second, Americans are sitting on tremendous equity right now. According to the census and Adam, roughly two-thirds, around 68% of homeowners have either paid off their mortgage or have at least 50% equity. Again, chart showing this data, 67.6% have paid off their mortgage or have at least 50% equity. In the industry, the term for this is equity rich. This is significant because if you think back to 2008, some people had to make the difficult decision to walk away from their homes because they owed more on the home than it was worth. But this time, things are different because homeowners have built up so much equity over the past few years alone. And when homeowners have that much equity, it helps us avoid another wave of distressed properties coming onto the market like we saw during the crash. It also creates an extremely strong foundation for today's housing market. Bottom line, we're in one of the most foundationally strong housing markets of our lifetime because homeowners are going to fight to keep their current mortgage rate, and they have a tremendous amount of equity. This is yet another reason things are fundamentally different than in 2008. That's the real-time real estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com.